Pending home sales are falling. Holy cow, let's talk about it. Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you to everybody that's been hitting the subscribe button. We're going to talk about something out of Redfin. And you know, if it's bad news, it's coming out of Redfin or Zillow, there's a big deal. Why? Because they ain't making a lot of money when home sales are not doing well. Okay, real quick, last day for the tax lien pro sale, a stupid sale, links down below. All right. If that's only if you want to make like lots of money on your money, like anywhere between, 12% and 36% on your money per year. It's totally there. It's guaranteed by the government. I don't know what to tell you. Very few people know how to do this, and very few people know how to do it because it costs thousands of dollars to learn how to do it. Stupid, but there you go. All right. Links down below. Okay, this weekly average mortgage rates dropped for the 9th straight week, dipping to an 11-month low, but would-be buyers are hesitant because prices are high, the economy is uncertain, and new listings are dwindling. The weekly average mortgage rates have fallen to 6.26%, the lowest level since nearly a year, and down from roughly 6.8% at the start of the summer. The dip was in an anticipation of the Fed's interest rate cut this year. Look, Fed's cutting interest rates really don't mean anything unless they're doing it in earnest, meaning they're dropping rates one time, another time, another time, another time, and they're doing more than 0.25%, all right? 25 basis points doesn't do crap. They only did this to appease the president. They're not even planning on doing it again this year because the Fed wants to be the savior, okay? The Fed will not really move in and earnestly drop rates until everything's collapsing, and then they're looked at as the savior. Please understand this. They're also the reason why we're in this predicament in the first place. If we had a true free market economy where interest rates weren't set by banks, one big bank telling all the other banks what the rates were at, we would have a free market and let banks flourish or fail. But that's not the economy we're in. We have a private central bank that controls everything. This is why the book, The Wizard of Oz, was written, okay? Seriously, please understand this, all right? Also, just one or two, let's say 25 basis point cuts aren't going to do crap to the mortgage industry because the Fed still allows banks to put money on loan with them. And at a certain point, it's just better for them to leave it there than drop rates, mortgage rates, and lend into economy where they know home prices are falling, okay? Another thing that this story doesn't point out is where they're talking about listings are dwindling. It's because it's the fall now. We are in the fall. People do not list this time of the year as much because it's a horrible time to sell a house, all right? I should know, and I got a house that I got to sell, and it's the worst time of the year, but I'm just not ready because my other house isn't finished being built yet. And I know it sounds crazy because we were like, hey, I thought you've been saying real estate's crashing. Why would you buy more homes? Well, because I negotiated them so low, it's stupid. And it makes sense because those are the homes I live in, right? All right, anyway. It says here, but steadily falling mortgage rates, this marks the 9th straight week of declines, haven't brought many home buyers to the market. Okay, now this is another thing that's very important for people to understand. Like, wait a minute. How, now most people don't ask this, how can mortgage rates be falling for the, what is this, ninth straight week of declines? Yet the Fed hasn't lowered rates until just what, like last week? It's because right now there's this range of interest rates where banks are competing with each other, okay? And it's actually getting so bad. See, our economy is crumbling little by little, and how we know this is people are getting into higher amounts of debt, right? That stuff gets published in different publications and it comes out through the financial news. More and more people are losing their credit scores because they are defaulting at higher rates on car debt or auto loans, home loans, and student loans, right? And so what's happening right now is these default rates are starting to rise. We've already seen it in commercial mortgage-backed securities. Those CMBSs are at a 10% higher rate than during the peak of the financial crisis of 2008. So that's really bad, right? So what's happening is some banks are now starting to pay borrowers that have stellar credit over 800 points. They're actually paying them. I know somebody that a subscriber just was paid $900 to accept this one bank's offer, which was the lowest interest rate, so that they can put that person at the top of the stack when they bundle these mortgage securities up and sell them off to another institution, okay? So we are right back where we were in 2007. So this is a good place to be. I don't even need to read this crap. is a good place to be if you're holding back and waiting to dive into cash flowing real estate. Right now, I would highly suggest learning about tax liens, because those auctions are exploding. More and more people aren't paying their taxes because they can't afford them. And so you can throw them a lifeline, but the county's going to say, hey, if you're going to loan money to us, or essentially to the homeowner, we're going to set the interest rate at a really high rate, okay? And then we guarantee you're going to get your money back within a certain amount of time. It's absolutely guaranteed by the government. And then if the person wants to save their house and they want to pay their tax bill, they got to pay the tax bill back to the county, plus the interest rate, like 12%, 18%, 32%, depending on what state you're in, right? And then the county just hands you all the money back. How insane is that? It's guaranteed. And the reason why I say it's guaranteed, because the county says, hey, within a certain amount of years, you know, it's either 1 year, 2 years, it could be up to, gosh, I want to say the highest settlement date is 4 years, I think, in the country. I don't remember which county it is. And they say, if they don't pay by that time, you back plus your interest, they will auction the house, and then you're the first person to get paid back. So it's guaranteed. And just so you know, you're making that rate of return every year until that happens. It's stupid. But if you learn how to do this right and you have a good strategy on these tax liens, you can buy tax liens that you know the owner is going to pay within a few months, and you're making 18 or 32% on your money in 2 months, 3 months, and then you go flip it again and flip it again, and you can see how big of a deal this is. I teach people how to do this down below. It's like $200 or $199 for the course. A lot of places charge thousands of dollars for this. Not even as good a course. I made mine better. I made sure I bought them all. Made sure mine was better. All right, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. The Real Estate Ninja is out.